last night's episode of just talking about the excitement of playing Duke basketball in the Classic. Look, look, everybody's getting ready for this ball game. It's like this is like the family reunion. You just want to hang out. You just want to hang out with people who you love, who loves what you love, and I think that's exactly what this is all about right here is. And we're getting ready to have a clash of of champions, the clash of the blue bloods. And tonight I can sit here and I can talk about how did I get this off the screen? Somewhere. We can sit here and we can talk about well, hope I didn't get out of that like I thought I okay, somewhere. Where did my screen go? I got like what's going on here? Like, oh my goodness, right here. Yeah, sure. Why not have problems and just click on something that I have no business? There you go, right there. But anyway, tonight I want to focus on something that's a little different. Tonight, we can sit here and we could talk about the stars. We could talk about the guys who's everybody's hoping that will show up and do exactly as they're supposed to do on paper. But let's talk about each team's and what's the role players and what's their role in helping to secure a win against Duke or against Kentucky. Which one of their teams has the best role players that will be able to step up, even in the case that the stars don't have that they don't have a great night. Now, it's been known that stars don't always have a great night every single night. We know that. With that being said, which team has enough role players that can step up? I don't watch. I don't watch a lot of Duke basketball, so I got to go look at their stats and everything. But outside of like Foster and and Knipple, you can throw in Proctor as being a star. But after that, who do you have? So and if that's the case, do you have do you have do you have only three guys who are you trying to say that can go and beat Kentucky? Because I can sit here and I can tell you that the role players that we have, it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be an issue for Mark Pope to, hey, national champions. Thank you, JW. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate you guys. Um, Kentucky has a has enough role players. And here's the thing about role players. Sometimes you just got to understand. Sometimes you just got to understand that that's exactly what I am. I'm a role player, and because of that, it allows you to come in and do your job at a much higher level. You don't come in and then you think that you're this big superstar and everything revolves around you. And I think that could be an advantage when it comes to Kentucky over Duke in the Classic. Is just because of the role players of how much experience that these guys actually have accumulated over the years. So if you're a Duke fan, please tell me who you guys got as a role player who us as Kentucky fans may be looking over. Because look, as a Kentucky fan, I can sit here and tell you all day long, we got Brea, we got Chrissa, we got Garrison, we got Almanor. Guys, we got enough firepower for our role players. And look, and that's just the guys that's on the bench. You still got to think about Williams. You still got to think about Carr. You still got to think about Butler. You can say Butler's a superstar in the sense of Kentucky's team, and you can also say that Jackson Robinson is a superstar in reference to Kentucky's team this year. But we have so many good role players that I don't know if Duke is going to have enough role players that's going to be able to match what we got, because we're going to be putting people in all night long, and we're not going to just be putting in somebody that's just saying, hey, can you go in and give this guy son of a gun a thank you? Mercersville in the house. Hey, in Tennessee, Ronald Clark. Absolutely. Know where you at. So I think when it comes to the role players, I think that could be the difference. You got to think that Cooper Flag is going to have a good game. You got to think that Knipple is going to have a good game. I'm probably not even saying his name right, but you got to think that he's going to have a good game. So you got these two, and maybe Proctor. He could possibly have a good game too as well. I'm not going to throw shade on him too as well. He's been in the program now for a year or so. So he understands the program here at Duke, and he understands how important games like this is. So you got those three guys, but will but will Kentucky actually allow these three guys? Now they got the center, and he's pretty good. I know against Army he had 11 points, 14 rebounds. He's like 7'2", so he's tall. But I think the advantage when you come to him, which is, let me see how to Malik Malachi, ever how you say his name. My apologies for butchering the young man's name, but he's a freshman. He still gotta play against Williams, who has 4 years of basketball already up under his what's the name. What happened if Williams is just too smart for him and he gets him in foul trouble? Then who do you come up? Then who comes off the bench as a center to take his place? They don't. I mean, I don't really see anybody. So my point is, I think at the end of the day, the role players in this particular game could be the big difference in winning this game and deciding. Is it still going to be a close game? Absolutely. Is Duke still going to fight? Is Kentucky still going to fight? Absolutely. Everyone's going to be in this game to win it. But I think if you really nitpicking, no, I wouldn't even say nitpicking, because I mean that's a big part of the ball game is role players, is knowing that this is what my role is, and it's not to be the superstar, but to do my part. And I think Coach Pope has his guys ready for it, that they're going to understand that, hey, this is a chance for me to shine in my role. What's my role? What's my responsibilities against Duke? Can I do this at a high level? And I think that could be a major difference in this ball game. Let's see. Are we overestimating the basketball team like we did the football team? Um, are you saying this is for Ronald? Let me put this on the screen for a second. Are we overestimate the basketball team like we did the football team? Are you saying that this is for Ronald? Are you saying that maybe we are that we giving them too much? We putting too much on them because they don't deserve it yet? Is that what you're going for? I Can you elaborate on that, Ronald, for me? So maybe I can comment on it, because I say this, coming into the football year, we really thought that we really had a good football team. So we put a lot of hype into the football team. We really thought that these guys could be really good. I think this is a little different right here. I think that Kentucky basketball is hungry. You can tell a difference. Look, you can tell a difference in coaching. You can tell a difference in Mark Pope. You can tell a difference in Mark Stoops. Mark Pope is fresh. He's completely sold in to what it means to play for Kentucky, and it is early in his career. So he still has that major fire up under him, and he walks into work like he wants to be here. He walks in here like he's trying to get these guys ready to actually win a ball game. And if you look at that, and if you look at where we at, and you look at all the experience that we have, I don't think we're hyping up the basketball team that much, just because of the leadership that we have in place. We got young guys, we got a younger coach, and I think the guys are just have brought in to what their particular role is and how special they can be. Once again, if no matter who loses this ball game, it doesn't determine your year. It's still a long year. It's still a lot of opportunities for these guys to still go prove themselves, to still be elite teams all year long. So, while saying we're hyping up, Duke is hyping up their guys. We're hyping up Kentucky, and at the end of the day, the loser can still go on to have a very, very good year. We got a lot of non-conference games, but then we got to get into the conference games. So I think going into this Duke game, this right here, as a lot of people would say, I want to see who Kentucky is. And Duke fans want to say, I want to see who Duke is coming against this strong competition like Kentucky. So I think it's, first of all, I think it's a mutual respect outside of characteristic. Congratulations, Cooper Flag. Absolutely. We don't know how the season would go, but for basketball, we tend to be more hopeful that we think may happen, like seeing winning number 9 this year. Absolutely. I mean, we're not going to go into the year and say, "Oh, Kentucky football is going to win. They're going to win that championship this year." No, 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 no. We think that we might be good enough to compete in the SEC. We think that we might be good enough to win some of the games that we're very hopeful that we should win. But with Kentucky basketball, just the expectations is just naturally higher. And now that the new fire, now that the new motivation is in the house, how can Kentucky not be the fan base not be excited about what they've seen up to this point. Now, before you say we ain't playing nobody, I get that. But just the whole atmosphere, the whole mindset, everything that everyone's doing is just so much more positive than maybe it has been in the past. We're not talking about NBA. We're not talking about scouts. We're not talking about draft picks. We're talking about how can we be productive. And the most important game is the game that we got to play now. That's why the atmosphere. That's why as Kentucky fans, that's why we can be a lot more hopeful in the outcome of this year in year one of Coach Pope. But I have no expectations myself besides maybe beating Duke. Hope we have a better run in March than we have lately. Exactly. So we're taking it one day at a time, and we're hoping for the best, just because of the outlook could possibly be really really good because we got a bunch of older guys who are not selfish, and they really, as Mark Pope says, they really love each other, and they really want to pick each other up, and they really want to see each other be successful. And to me, that's a recipe that is pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but I would say firsthand that that's pretty good. Absolutely high expectations. So, do we have high expectations for our Kentucky Wildcats? I think we have high expectations every year for our Wildcats. A lot of teams can't say that. A lot of teams just says, "Are we going to make it to? Are we going to make it to March this year?" Well, our expectation this year is we're going to make it. We're going to make it past the first weekend. But the beautiful thing about this is we can't worry about what happens in March because we got to go and we got to play Duke. That's where our expectations are at right now. Come Tuesday night when we tip it off against Duke in the Classic, how do we perform? How do we look? If we lose, do we get blown out? Do we get rattled by the young freshmen? Are we able to hold our own ground? Are we able to take our maturity and find a way to pull this game out? How would coaching be? How would the adjustments be? This is everything that as a Kentucky fan this year in year one. These are the kind of things that we really, really think about and that we're hoping for the best for. And as a Kentucky fan, that's we believe in our Wildcats. Whether we had a bad year or ended the year before bad, we still continue to pick ourselves up and very hopeful that this year can be a special year. Question of the night: what makes UK go? UK has a advantage because everyone understands the assignment, and that's to win as a team. Look at Krista giving up points to share the ball. He makes everyone around him better. Question of the night: what makes UK go? I think the leadership of Coach Pope makes his team go. And the love of, like I said, the love of each other, wanting to be successful, and the guys wanting to just win for the name on the front of the jersey. I think that's what makes this. I think that's what makes these guys go. Is just seeing each other being successful. And just like he just said, just like JW just said, Krista passing up the ball just to get somebody else some love. Dude, like he wins by getting an assist. They win by shooting the three, getting points. Everybody's winning. So I don't think we have people on the team that's very selfish. And I think the thing that gets them to going as well is just being completely unselfish and thinking about each other more than themselves. So I think that's a big thing. We'll compete for the SEC championship and make a run in March, but this win over Duke would set Mark Pope up. It will. I mean, and I asked the question last night, and thank everybody. I know I haven't had a chance to call out everybody and welcome everybody from being here, but definitely welcome everybody from being here. I really appreciate it. I think the thing of it is it's just everyone is just so. I think everyone is just really so ready to just see success back here at Kentucky, and I think that's the biggest thing right now going is just can this be the year that we're actually successful up under Coach Pope? And I feel like we're going in the right direction. Even though we've only played two teams that are beneath us, I still think, we can't fall off that much. I was looking at stats and I was looking at everything that was going on. And right now, Kentucky's averaging 101 points a ball game. And I think that puts us at I'm not sure if it's 13th in the country or something like that. But we're averaging 1-on-1. I can't imagine that even though if Duke plays great defense against us, and even if we have somewhat of a bad night, I can't imagine us not, will we score 100 points against Duke? I don't know. I'm not ready to say we are. But will we score 40 points less than what we used to scoring? That would be hard to see just because of how we shoot the ball and how we move the ball. Can we have an off? Can some of the guys have an off night and we still put up and we still put up big numbers? We sure can. Jackson Robinson hasn't scored the most points in the first 2 games of the year, and we didn't play nobody. Other people have stepped up and tuck it. We got Kobe Bryant coming off the bench scoring 20 points. So everything is there. The recipe for success is there. Who coaches the best? I think that's going to be. I think it'll come down to coaching and who has the best coaching of the night and who's able to make the in-game adjustments when things are not going the way that they should be. Tim and hey Tim, good to see you. Win or lose, this would be a good learning experience for Coach Pope and the guys. What to work on. Plus, it's on the road. See how they play on the road, and yeah, it's just a true. This is not even a true road game for Kentucky because we already know what the nickname of Atlanta is. It's Cat Atlanta. And if you don't think if you don't think fans of BBN ain't gonna get in the house, if you don't think that you're not gonna hear "Go Big Blue" several times throughout the ball game, then you don't know the BBN. The BBN is gonna get in Cat Atlanta. So this is not even gonna be a real true road game. But we get to see these guys away from Lexington. We're going to see how the rim is the rim friendly for them? Is it falling? And some guys just enjoy playing on the road more than they like playing at home. Will this be the case with our Wildcats this year that we're able to play that type of basketball where we're just better on the road? And if it is this Shea box working? The chat box. Man, my fault, guys. My fault. That's my fault. My apologies for that. Okay, here you go, right here. I'm glad. I'm not sure who brought that up, but this is it right here. I think we can win this game as long as we defend and also need to protect our offense a little more with fast break move. We're averaging 11. We're averaging 11 turnovers a game. Duke is averaging 10 turnovers a game. It's going to come down to who can protect the ball the most. Like we can afford 11 turnovers against Bucknell. We can't afford 11 turnovers against Wright State. We can't afford 11 turnovers against Duke. Duke cannot afford 10 turnovers against Kentucky. You're gonna have to protect the ball, and we know that Williams, he had 4 turnovers against Bucknell. I have a feeling they're going to make the necessary adjustments so Williams doesn't do that again. It's going to be a home game for us. JW, you're absolutely right. It's not going to be, even though we're going to be on the road, it's still going to be, BBN is going to get in. Now, I don't know how Duke travels. Duke may travel to this game. We understand how hostile if we was playing at K Stadium or K Arena. We know how hostile that would be. But on the road, I think it just means more to Kentucky. And I think Coach Pope needs this win. The program at Kentucky probably needs this win more than Duke does because they got a coach that's been there for a while. They've already established their recruiting grounds. Coach Pope is trying to come in. He's trying to prove who he is as a coach. He's trying to prove that he can go in big games like this and find a way to coach himself out of it or to coach himself in a way that they win the ball game. So I think that's very, very big. I don't think road games will be a problem. We have to remember all these guys play for different schools, so they have seen many gyms. JW, that's a good point, man. It's time to show the basketball world who we are. Yes, sir, Sean. I see you. My perspective is that not all teams I've seen. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find where's that Rick Brown at right here. Let me see if I can throw this up on the screen. My perspective is that not all teams I've seen don't have a deep bench and gets tired by the half. Kentucky is ready. Unselfish play. They know the assignment. They're ready to play. You see, I'm not on here just doing a live show just because people don't care. People's fan bases, the BBN, Duke is ready for this ball game. Like both fan bases are locked in. Just Kentucky just teamed to we just tend to be a little bit more into it than most programs, rightfully so, because we're Kentucky and we're supposed to. And even on a down year, if you want to say that, Kentucky fans, we still wake up every day and we still bleed blue. That's for sure. I like that by what's name. Let me see. Spencer, are you going to go to Duke? I am not going to go. Unfortunately, I wish I can go to the Duke game. But unfortunately, I'm in Kuwait. But I'm going to watch the game, though. That's for sure. I definitely wish I can go to the ball game. That right there would be a treat. If anybody in here who's actually going to the game, please let me know, man, so I can tell you that I'm jealous of you. That's for sure. Thanks for that. That is why we play the game. It'll be hey, Grammar, thanks for joining in. This is the Duke fan right here. That's why we play the game. It'll be a good game for sure. Stars will shine, and there's no need for role players speculation. Go Duke, White House, Tennessee in the house. Man, Grammar, you from White House, Tennessee? Bro, I know exactly where you at. That's cool, man. Okay. You're not far from me. That's cool, man. But uh, I think role players are going to have to step up in this ball game. I really, really do, man. Like I said, if Duke is going to rely on Cooper, Knipple, and Proctor alone to win this ball game, then I just don't see how Duke wins this ball game. Now I get it. Cooper Flag, his talent is off the charts. It just is, and even when he's not scoring, he's still defensively strong, and he still happens. He blocks. He does a lot of things for his team that help them win. But I can't imagine that the older set of guys for Kentucky would allow one person to stop them from winning this ball game. I mean, I just now, if it comes down where the game is close and Cooper finds a way to make a play and his athleticism shows up at the last minute and just makes a play and decides the game, I can see that. But I just can't see Cooper taking over the game, and Kentucky has no way of making an answer for that and just letting one guy beat him all night long. Because look, you might as well just say, Cooper, it's 40 minutes. You're going in the game and you're not coming out until the game is over. So just get used to it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Duke is going to do that all night. Well, I'm going to be the bad guy. Me and watch the Arkansas versus Baylor post game conference. Cal still making same excuses. Yeah, Cal still making those excuses as well. But that's why we play the game. Let's see. Our players did well on big road games last year. Kentucky, our guys, we go on the road sometimes, and we do have some really big games. Playing away from Rupp Arena when you don't have all the distractions of what's going on around you, and you could just get on the plane with your teammates and just go play basketball or football. Sometimes that does something for the program. So we're gonna see. But once again, it's only a few hours away from Lexington, and we know people are going to travel because games like this just matter a great deal to the Wildcats, that's for sure. Duke Brotherhood embodies team. Bro, Grammar, if you don't think Kentucky does too as well, if you don't think Kentucky has a bigger brotherhood than Duke, then you don't know Kentucky, because this is a major brotherhood right here. If Let's see. If our starting five plays well and Brea and Garrison, we'll win. Kerr might go off. We got that's why tonight I wanted to kind of address on the role players, and I kind of wanted to talk on those guys just to say, if it comes down to role players, which side has the advantage, and it's just hard. Maybe because I haven't really watched Duke play, but I think it's hard to imagine that Duke's role players would be better than Kentucky's role players. I mean, I could be wrong because I don't watch Duke, so I don't really know. But I just really have to really believe that. I bet the Duke coach spent a lot of film time watching Coach K today, probably so. Yes, I agree with Sean. The BBN is a nation, that is for sure. And we're going to travel. We're going to travel to the game. We're going to get to Go Big Blue chant. Let us get up, and we're just going to be loud. We just going to we're going to drown out the noise in the stadium, and we're going to take over, and people are just going to turn around and look because Kentucky's in the house. And yes, Kansas is going to be in the house, and yes, Michigan State is going to be in the house, but so is BBN. And when BBN shows up, we tend to do something to arenas that just no other fan base can do, and we can shut it down. That's for sure. Um, we yes, Sean, we are 9 deep, maybe 10. I think we're 10 deep because I Collins is Collins is going Collins is definitely going to play. This is BC. Uh, let's see. Collins is going to get in the game. So for me, it's going to be 10. Pope's going to go 10 deep tomorrow. I can I can't say 100% that I know that for a fact, but I think he goes 10 deep. Kobe's going to play. Chris is going to play. Jefferson's going to play. Ansley's going to play. And I strongly believe that he's going to play Collins as well too, and Chandler as well too. Am I the only one to see this team getting better as the year goes on, regardless? Oh, I do too. Let me throw this up right here. Um, let's see. Am I the only one that sees the team getting better as the year goes on, regardless? Yes, and I mentioned that. Hey, Nordic, thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. I mentioned that as well, and this is for both programs. It doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter who loses this ball game. This is like we can look at the games that they played before, and we can't really get a strong baseline feeling of who we are because we was playing an inferior opponent. So it's hard to say Kentucky's just going to go out and score 100 points tonight. Look who we was playing. This is a good chance for us because it's only going to get harder from here. We're not playing no more Bucknells. I think we got one more easy game coming up before we really, really get into some hard play. But other than that, for most of the 99%, 99.9% of our schedule for the rest of the year, it only gets harder every single ball game. So I think that the team is going to progress and get better every single ball game. And I still have that high hope, even if we lose this ball game. We're going to get better. We've only played 2 real games together, and we're a fresh, whole new team with a whole new staff. So things are still new, and we're still figuring this out. So I hope that if Kentucky, and I hate to say this because I want Kentucky to win so bad, and it really really. Hey Norton, thank you for the comment. It really really makes me sad that I have to even think of the fact that if we're gonna lose this game or not. But if we lose, I hope that the fan base. First of all, I think if Kentucky is close in this game, all ball game, and then we can't pull it out, then I'm okay with that, and I hope the fan base is okay with that too. Because if we can take the talent that Duke has and the the less of talent that we have at Kentucky, according to media, and if we can hang with these guys and take it down to the wire, then I think that says a lot about who we're going to be 3 weeks from now when we get into December, early January. We're going to see we're going to see the progress that we're going to make every single ball game. So that's the positive thing for me too, as well too. Other fans don't understand this is some of them kids' last run at it. That makes a big difference, man. When you know that this is my last opportunity, and you know what? It's the funny part about this is that these guys know that this is my last chance at it, but they're still wanting their other teammates to have success. Like I'm not trying to go out here. Like these guys are not saying I'm not trying to go out here and make the scouts and make sure that I get highlights on ESPN. I'm staying in within the game plan of what the Kentucky team is doing for this particular ball game. And I think you can't overlook that, man. You can't overlook that we're not going to be selfish. Duke only averages 18 assists a ball game. We average almost 26.5. So if you look at that, you can tell that we're going to pass the ball, and you can tell the excitement that 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜 gets when he gets an assist. It's like he was born to pass the ball. He was born to get people better, to get people involved and make people better. That's the excitement right there. We'll be on tomorrow. The Rifleman will be on tomorrow night. We gonna be Mike, you let some trolls in. I hope not. Lamont played in the championship game. Kerry got some tournament experience. Dude, this is just gonna be fun, man. Ansley got some. He got some playoff. He got some tournament experience. Don't forget that he played in a game where they knocked off Purdue with Edie. So these guys are going to bring something to the table. These guys are going to come in and they're definitely going to do their part. That's for sure. Let's see. We remember everything, Chris. Is Chris in here right now? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in here yet. Will Kentucky ever be ranked top 5 team this year? I don't know. I mean, to me, I can set. Hey, thanks, Tom. For me, I can sit here and I can say, does Kentucky need to be a top 5 team this year? If that time will come, it'll come. But I'm really, really built on like the mentality of keep sleeping on us, keep putting us at the end of the line. We was number 23, and I think we moved up to what 19. I think it was. We moved up to 19, and Arkansas moved up to 18. So that's another storyline that everybody's trying to make sure that they build as much energy as they can by putting them one step in front of us or whatever. So that's another. I mean, they just got sucks, bro. Chris is here with his hating self. Oh, Chris right here. This Chris. Okay, so Chris was supposed to come on with me tonight. I don't. He wasn't able to, but Chris, I was gonna bring you on, but because I'm using this microphone, I wouldn't be able. You wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to hear you. But definitely, I'm gonna get you back on most likely for the post game show. Okay. Man, I wanted you, Chris, is here with his hating self. uh, Sav, dude. Hey, we got to get on you, man, for real. Bryant Carter, BBN, Kentucky by 3. Absolutely. Uh, is that Bryant Carter from Franklin, Kentucky? Um, is that him? BBN, Kentucky by 3. I wonder if that's Bryant Carter from Kentucky. I mean, I'm from Franklin. If it is, man, good to see you, Bryant. Haven't saw you in a long time, man. So, Mike, you got some trolls in here. Chris is a troll, that's for sure. But anyway, I just think that this game comes down to, let me see, JD, I'll be surprised if we built a big lead. If we built a big lead versus Duke, may not be more than 10 points. I think this game is just going to, I think both defenses are going to lock in. And, you know, when Chris got on last night, his first question was, first of all, his question was very disrespectful. But he says, what's going to happen when you guys get down by 20? So, I had to text him on the side and told him that that's disrespectful. But, so let's go, baby. So Sav is ready to go. Grammar, he's another diehard Duke fan in his too as well. And Grammar's been on here for a while, and we all been looking for this game for a very long time. I say we're gonna be up at halftime. I hope so. I mean, we've only led in 2 games for a matter of a couple of seconds when we was down 3-1, I think it was. So after that, we didn't have a problem anymore. Clyde got us this game coming out of town, and Duke got a lot of talent. Kentucky does Kentucky by 20. I'm all right with that too, man, dude. I'm trying my best not to go too far ahead of myself. If we win by 20 points, probably gonna burn some couches in Atlanta. Why not? I think I hate to say this, but I think if we beat Duke, I think that's our Super Bowl. I think that's pretty big. Hopefully, JW, I'm not ready to say by how much, but my final score is 75-70. Cats win. Free throws matter. And free throws is BC Mike. I'm on the phone with Savvy. Okay, right now. All right, so this is Cuz then. Okay, I mean, this is Brian. It's good to see you, man. It is. It's good to see you. Thanks for the support. Now, so let me make sure that I address this by right here. Where's it set right here? Make sure. See if I can get this. Oh, I missed it. Where's right here? This is something that hopefully JDB, I'm not ready to say by how much, but my final score is 75-70. Cats win. Free throws matter. Now that's the small advantage that Duke has. As a matter of fact, if you're a Kentucky fan, if we're needing to get if it's a matter of shooting free throws, because we got to get fouled, so we can, or if we up by 2 and we know we're gonna get fouled, what 5 players on Kentucky's team this year do you want on the floor based on shooting free throws? I can tell you one person I don't want on the floor to be able to shoot free throws, and that's Ansley. Ansley does not need to be on the floor to shoot free throws. I love him. He's my dude. I had a chance to interview him, but he doesn't need to be on the floor for shooting free throws at the end of the book. It's all love, just jokes like the Malcats. Okay. Somebody's on that far water. What's up, Duke gonna do when Kentucky hits like 15 threes in the game? They ain't gonna be able to handle us, man. They ain't gonna be able to handle it. Chris, I'm telling you, if you come in here, we gonna get on you. These guys, look, these the BBN, they're not gonna let you come in here and just talk smack. They gonna get on you. Believe me. Ask Grammar. He knows this is what we do. We welcome you to the group. You know, you're a distant family member when it comes to this college basketball thing. But we gonna get on you, and guys ain't gonna come in here. I'm not afraid of the dark. uh, what's what would we would beat Duke in football? I'll say it again. If we hold Dookie to under 80, we win. I mean, does the 71 point rule in this ball game say anything? Does it even matter? Guys, this is about to be fun. It really is. This is about to be a fun game. And I don't necessarily want to beat this up. The excitement is there. The media is covering this at a very high rate. So I know that Michigan and Kansas, Michigan State and Kansas is playing tomorrow night. I was wanting to go do maybe a quick pregame just to kind of get everybody as if you need to be hyped. Let's see, Butler, Brea, Robinson, Carr, and Garrison for free throws. Okay, I can see that, but hey, I definitely don't. You know what, Carl Miller, you got a good point, bro. Like really, and I actually thought about on Travis Perry too on the floor if we need free throws. That would be hard not to like you talking about you talking about situational basketball and needing a free throw. I don't know how you leave. I don't know how you leave Travis on track now. I mean, people come off the bench and when they cold and have to shoot free throws all the time. I just think Perry is always ready to hit a free throw. So I don't know how you actually leave him on the bench if you know we're going to get fouled and we up by two with maybe a minute to go, and we know that we're about to get fouled. We need everybody on the floor that can shoot free throws at a high level. So I don't. I'm game for a pregame show. Thanks, baby. I appreciate it. I'll do it. I don't know how you take a player like Perry and leave him on the bench. I like situational basketball. You might have to put him in just for that purpose. And once again, that's about being ready and understanding. Hey, you might not play me the whole ball game, but if it comes down to where we need five guys that can hit free throws, I'm ready, coach. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Put me in. I can do it. It's a lot of smoke in here. It smells like burnt fur. Savvy keeps bringing up the 2019. Don't let him fool y'all. He told me Duke 10 or better. I know, right? Duke is not even a good defensive team, to be honest, but Kentucky got the defense when we were playing against Bucknell on the second half and steals. Dude, like we're beating Duke, like we're beating Duke in so many categories, and that beat us in free throws, and this game can come down to free throws, and they shooting the 74, we shooting the 71. That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference when we trying to win a ball game and we trying to close them out. Put the best people on the floor that can hit a free throw. That's for sure. I'm definitely not even. Let's see. Savvy keep bringing us a lot of smoke in here. I think. Let me see. Let me put this up for Carl Miller right here. Oh, it just went fast. Where did that go at? Right here. Let me put this up for him. I think Cooper Flag kid is overrated. I think Knipple kid is better than he is. Now the K Nipple. I think that's the correct way to actually pronounce it too. I think he's actually scoring more points every ball game. He's actually their leading scorer. But like I said, 184. I can't even block you, man. I can't even block you. Can't we just move on from the past and live in the future? You can hear we're gonna get the smoke for real. Uh, that's funny. But yeah, I think Knipple is actually playing better ball than. But once again, I said this. Cooper Flag does a lot of different things for his team, though, and I think that makes a big difference for them being a solid team. Duke is a Final Four team. Can't lie. Uh, well, hopefully, hey, if Kentucky wins tonight, are we ready to say Kentucky's a Final Four team? Not just yet. If Duke wins, are we ready to say that they're a Final Four team? Probably not yet because injuries. It's a lot of things that can go on between now and March. Who stays healthy is the biggest key right now. You're gonna UK gonna smoke Duke like a blackened mouth, bro. They're gonna light it up. Now, I'm not promoting cigarette smoking or any of that, or any tobacco usage on my show. But hey, if it happens, light it up, baby. I'm okay with that. Watch Kentucky score 100 points in this game again, dude. Man, if Kentucky scores 100 points, like, what if Kentucky wins 100-98? You talking about a nail biter. Yeah, but y'all not gonna win. We'll see. I mean, Clyde, everybody likes to pretend, so it's okay. It's no problem. I will excuse you for pretending this. I will forgive you for pretending just one time. Okay, it's no problem. Cool, pretend. I like the sound of that anyway. That is funny. Savvy is really Savvy Tyson. Hey Tyson, I appreciate you joining in, man. I got to put that up there. Hold on for a second. It is. Hey Tyson, I'm gonna need you to get your brother, man, and have him calm down a little bit because he's getting a little too ahead of himself right now. His britches is too big. Help him. He needs you. Okay. He's going through a moment in life right now, and he needs you. Good to see you, man. Kentucky cannot people. Uh, Kentucky cannot people do. I'm not really understand that class. I'm gonna need you to break that down for me, okay? Um, if you can break that down for me, what you mean about that? Because I don't understand. In double overtime. Wow, man. I mean, what better of a fashion way to beat Duke in overtime, 100-90? I mean, in double overtime, 100-98. You talking about one of the games that will just be remembered for ages and ages for good. Kentucky do not go no NBA talent. Duke got 3 or 4 or 5. But see that's okay though. Um, for just look, everything in life has a season, and maybe this is the season that Kentucky necessarily doesn't. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that teams that don't have NBA potential players, that doesn't help them. But Oakland knocked off a lot of NBA players from last year when they beat Kentucky. Anything can happen, guys. I'm don't like the NBA talent. That's fine, but just because we don't have a whole lot of NBA players this year doesn't mean that these guys still can't go out and still win some big ball games. I don't want that to be the narrative that a team can't win. I mean, think about the team that knocked off Purdue a couple of years ago. A lot of those guys ain't going to the pro. No one, when FDU when they beat Purdue, they busted everybody's bracket. Everybody's bracket got busted. Nobody had Purdue winning. So that's why you lace up the sneakers. That's why you walk. That's why you walk to the circle. That's why the referee says, "Let's have a good game," and he tosses it up, and the game's going. So, yeah, that's going double overtime. That would be fire. By the time by the, by the time Kentucky gets done with Duke, they'll have them in timeout because they won't know what to do. Don't pretend here we're ready. Duke, all I'm saying is bring your game. You're truly a game, that's for sure. Because they're gonna need it, that's for sure. We don't need NBA players. Fundamental dudes, fundamentals always get you further. It does, man. Like I said, everything has a season of when things work and when things don't work. And with the coaching that we have this year, of course, that's what I'm saying. Oakland doesn't have NBA players. We got NBA players. We had NBA players. We had the number 3 and number 7 draft pick, and look, we got beat. So it's a combination of coaching and players being ready for the moment. Our guys are going to be ready for the moment. They just will. Glad it doesn't matter if they come from mid-major schools. All that matters is that Kentucky boys can ball. You don't have to have 5 stars to be a super team. You don't. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate that. I'm not afraid of the KFC. Well, that's good because I enjoy it. We got a solid mid-level talent team with our history and what the BBN. It'll be balanced out. It'll work out for the best. That's for sure. I think Coach Pope is definitely. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, I got time. Oh wow, I really got to get ready. So yesterday I get my car. Sorry guys. Yesterday I'm over here in Kuwait, so I get my car. The guys they take my car for maintenance. We get off from work early. They called the guy to tell the guy that I need my car because I need to go home. He says, "Oh, I'm going to be a few minutes. I'm running errands." How you gonna take my car out in town and run errands just because you gotta take it to get maintenance on it? That's so I had to ride home with somebody yesterday. That's pretty funny. Duke gonna win by 5 or 7. What I mean, I hope it's a close game. Like, look, if the game comes down to either team winning by 7, 5 or 7 points, then I don't think either fan bases or the player itself will have a whole lot to hang their heads down on, because it's such a look. This is college basketball. It's not like football where you got to play a game and wait 7 more games to actually play it again. In college basketball, you got to have a short-term memory. Like, okay, I'm playing on Tuesday. I got to get ready to play in a couple of days. I can't let this loss, Rick Brown, I got you. I can't let this loss stop me from moving forward. So I think if either team, if the score at the end of the game and the winner only wins by 5 or 7 points, I think both fan bases can be optimistic and excited about what the possibilities are moving forward this year, just because it's such a long, long year. Those 5 stars been doing nothing for us. Maybe the coach's fault, but ain't our problem. I haven't seen a team at Kentucky like this since I was a kid. We're ready to go, man. We're locked in. If we win by more than 10 points, Chris Savage he's gonna be in bed. He's old. Yeah, we passed so much. We passed so much. Duke players will be running around like with the what's that at? Like the head like chickens. Hey, Kentucky's gonna pass the ball a lot, man. Who told you that Duke is not a good team on the defense end? That's well, I mean, we're gonna see, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see who Duke is, and we're gonna see who the role players are. I mean, because Cooper Flag can't guard everybody. I get it, he's all over the floor. But if you plan on playing Cooper for 40 minutes, if you plan on if you plan on playing a Knipple for 40 minutes, dude, by we're gonna run so much that I hope these guys are in top premium shape in the world, because we're gonna force them to do that, because we don't stand around with the ball. We move the ball and we get the ball in somebody's hand so we can get a shot up and so we can get going. So y'all gonna beat a bunch of mid majors by 5 or 7. That doesn't sound like a confident statement. It sure doesn't. Please don't have Savvy on here on the show if Duke wins. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk to Savvy for about 48 hours. That's for sure. I'm definitely not talking to him. You can count that in for sure. Not going to happen. Uh, Meant to say you cannot spell the word Duke without UK in it. You can't. I mean, look at it. I mean, come on, man. Duke, Duke want to be UK if we really being if we really being honest. So y'all gonna be. I like that one. Who told you? Let's see. I wouldn't be afraid either. Isn't KFC good? I thought so. I got to go back and get that. I mean, KFC stands for something pretty. What's that? I keep losing that. I got to get that. Man, I lost that. I lost that whole comment. But I was going to. I'm telling you. Oh, Chris is in here. Where's his comment at? Here's right. Vandy Chris is in here. I'm telling you, they got an Arab dude on the bench that shoots as good as anyone on your team. Okay, that's fine. Let me see if I can tell his name. Let me see. His name must be Begovic. That must be him then. Let's see. Is it? If you're talking about, what's his name? Let me see. Where's he from? Let me see where he's from. Come on. Oh, really? Man, this is stupid, bro. I hate when this does that. If you're talking about the Begovic guy, the last ball game, he got 2 minutes and he scored no points. So please give me his name, Chris. Okay, I need his name because I don't. If you say he's on the bench, Evans, Harris, unless he has a regular last name, Duke is going to smoke Kentucky. Like, okay, we don't reference narcotics on the show, but I get your point. Yeah, that's savage. Dude, gotta go. He sure does, right? You can't spell puke without UK. Yeah, I think he's being disrespectful, man. Yeah, I would be. I wouldn't be afraid either. Isn't KFC good? Yeah, I think so, and half the world thinks so too. I think a lot of the world thinks so too. I mean, that KFC can be in all the world. There's no country that that actually limits themselves to actually hold on 1 second, guys, because I'm actually doing this. Let me do this right here for a second. Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Where's that at? Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, speaker. You on the phone? Who we speaking with right now?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir. This is Chris Savage.
What's up, Sav?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Hey, who is
This is the Loyal BBN Fan Show.
Hey, get it, Mike.
What's up, gentlemen?
Get it, Mike.
What's up, guys?
Get it. Hey, get it, Mike. I just want to come on here and see if I can get in here and speak to a few people for a second.
Okay, well, you got the mic, Sav.
You want the phone? Who to speak with right now? This is Chris Savage.
What you want to say?
Hey, listen, this is what I want to say right here. Cooper Flag and 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐧𝐜𝐞𝐖𝐞𝐞𝐤𝐥𝐲, you got to watch out for. I want to see a smoke show. Tomorrow when I watch this game, I'm gonna put on my grilling apron. You know what I'm saying? Cause I want to see some barbecue.
Well, you guys got to bring it.
Hey, Michael, I told you he's coming out now. He's been for real.
Hey, oh my Duke fans don't even know who they call.
He's been for real.
Look at that. Duke fans don't even know who they calling, dog. For real.
They poking at me.
Yeah, they are. Like Duke top 3 players.
That's okay. That's okay.
Sam, I'm gonna have you on the show tomorrow night, okay?
Tell me what time.
Well, it depends on as soon as the game is over. So I don't know what time to tell you, but I'll be in touch with you, though, okay?
I will be up. Just make sure you call me.
I will, okay?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Go Cats. Yeah. So Duke fans don't even know who they call it. They don't even know who they call it. Who is this? Hey, Chris, you drinking before the game already? Are you sweating already? Sam, you becoming an instant classic, dude. People are going to remember your name. That's for sure. Duke is celebrating you early. That's for sure. Rebound after a 3-point miss. You know, I talked about a lot of that last night, Clint, on part 1. Tonight was mostly, let me see what time it is, man. I got to get out of here. Most of tonight was mostly about role players. If the stars are not having the best night, who steps up in a situation like this when the stars may not be the best? And I just think Kentucky has the edge overall for that. That's for sure. And I will. I'm not going to stop believing that. That's for sure. Hey man, if you guys are on here live, please hit that like button if you can on YouTube. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't subscribed already. Please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it a lot. So it seems to be that I'm probably going to do about a 20-minute or so pregame show tomorrow night. I know a lot of people is going to be watching the Kansas and Michigan State game. So I probably will start my live maybe around the halftime moment for Kansas and Michigan State and go for about 30 minutes or so, just to kind of get everybody ready to go for the ball game. And look, guys, this is going to be an all-out battle, and I really believe it. I don't see any team really getting up maybe by more than 10, 11 points or whatever. And Chris, just so you know, that Hubbard guy, he only had 3 minutes. He only had 3 points last ball game. So that guy can shoot the basketball. That guy can shoot, if you ask me. He had 3 points against Army. He's really good. Absolutely. So he can shoot it. So thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. The little guy is Spencer Hubbard. He doesn't play a lot. If you see him, they done blown you out. It isn't Begovic. Okay, so I actually see that, but he scored 3 points last ball game. So that's a really good shooter for me. Absolutely. I'm definitely afraid of him. UK bench has an edge over Duke. They just do, Clint. You know what I'm saying? And I think at the end of the night, that is going to be one of the things that if UK wins this ball game, that's going to be one of the things that's going to be the biggest factor, is that our bench was better than their bench. and it was deeper than that bench, and we had more fresh legs. Now, I hope they didn't fix the problem of Cooper cramping up. I hope he cramps up about 10 times in his ball games. I hope he has to miss. But to be honest with you, I don't want Cooper. I do not want Cooper to cramp up. And I want to be able to beat Duke when they are at their best. Because I don't want people to go back and say, oh, well, you guys only beat Duke because Cooper Flag was cramping up and all of this right here is going on. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. I want us to be able to say we beat Duke when they was at their best, when they had Cooper on the floor, when they had 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳 on the floor, when they had Proctor on the floor, when they had this Hubbard kid if he ever gets in the ball game. I want Duke to be at his best, so Kentucky can say we was at our best, they was at our best, we went man to man, and on this day, Kentucky came out victorious. Listen, when I used to get when I used to get no 5 stars, John Calipari, Calipari did not know how to coach. Damn it, this coach do not know how to coach evil. Look, we're gonna see, man. Okay, we're gonna see. Get him, JW. Absolutely, Sean. We got a little guy named Perry who doesn't play a lot. Exactly. This Hubbard guy, he would never shoot better than Perry. Absolutely. And Perry don't see the floor hardly. So then you can even, man. Look, I got to go to work. Are we invited to the barbecue if Kentucky wins? Absolutely. You know what? If we win, I'm gonna go ahead and accidentally post Chris Savage's number online, so you guys can text him and mess with him. He might get mad for me as well too, but we definitely got to do it. And also, guys, I'm going to get off here, but also, guys, if you're a veteran watching the show, I salute you guys for your dedication to the country. Thank you guys for what you did. I couldn't go through, and I'm not even gonna forget because I'm a day ahead of you, hours ahead of you. I tend to forget sometimes, but happy Veterans Day to all you veterans out there. I was in the Navy for 20 years. Chris Savage was in the Army. So big shout out to all you guys who served in the military. Big salute to you guys. Thank you so much. Like the live stream replay. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Yes. Also, if you just joining, please go back and watch the full replay. It makes a big difference for the channel as well too. I appreciate each one of you guys. Tomorrow night we'll see each other for about 20 minutes before tip off, and let the best man win the ball game. Bring your A game. Hopefully, Chris will be on here tomorrow with me to do the pregame show. It should be fun. Don't talk about the people I love, and you can give my number out. Absolutely, absolutely. We look around here. We have fun. We don't get personal. We don't talk about family. This is about sports. This is not about calling people out or nothing like that. We got to have fun with it, and we got to be respectful. And I appreciate everyone who comes by to grace my show, who is very respectful. Someone actually used a cussing word tonight, but they actually bleeped it out. I appreciate that. I noticed that, and won't get double digits. Bet the farm. He's been getting digits every game. Whatever. Not today, Chris. Vandy Chris. You're not going to pull him. You're not going to get me excited today. It's just not going to happen. Go UK. Thank all you guys. Please, please, please hit the like button on this. And until tomorrow night, pregame show, Duke and Kentucky, State Farm Champions Classic. Go catch. Brian Carter, thank you for tuning in. I see you. Tyson, thank you for joining in. I got you. All you guys who just came for the first time tonight, if I didn't notice you, thank you so much. Chris Stayskew, absolutely. Aaron Davenport, thank you so much for encouraging me to go live again for this. I appreciate it. I hear you. I see you. And it means a lot to me. Much love to my Cats fans, Duke fans, whatever. See you tomorrow night on the Loyal BBN Fan Show. Tighten up. I see you. Tighten up, my dude, baby. That's the best. Vicky Wiley, thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Please go watch the replay.